Okay, time for our special segment, Food for Thought, where we look at the business, science, and politics of all things food here in the United States. Several high-profile food recalls among leading brands are creating anxiety for the American consumer. This summer, for example, a deadly listeria outbreak prompted a nationwide recall of Boar's Head deli meat. Also, contaminated onions found on McDonald's quarter-pounder hamburgers were linked to an outbreak of E. coli. And in late November, several brands of cucumbers were recalled due to the presence of salmonella. A recent Gallup poll shows that Americans have lost confidence in the government's ability to maintain a safe food supply network. For more on the issues surrounding food safety here in the U.S., we're joined by Francine Shaw, who is a food safety expert. Francine, thanks so much. It's good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Okay, let's talk about, plain and simple, why so many recalls this year, and I presume that there are different levels of concerns ranging from the unhealthy to potential death.
Yeah, so a lot of things have happened. You know, we have more advancements in technology that make it easier to identify, trace contamination more accurately and faster than ever before. The number of recalls hasn't necessarily increased so much. I mean, sure it has since the pandemic. Our habits have changed since the pandemic as far as, you know, we're getting out to eating more than what we did during the pandemic. You know, we were sequestered, we couldn't go out to eat. So our habits have changed since then. But in the last 2 or 3 years, they've remained fairly the same. What is different is that we've witnessed some of the most severe foodborne illness related recalls and outbreaks than we have in recent history. And these have been marked by a concerning number of hospitalizations and fatalities. And that's concerning. I mean, the number of people that have been hospitalized and the number of deaths that we have seen is really kind of terrifying.
So what can you tell people? Is the federal government doing things, or companies doing things to address these concerns? I think people need to breathe a sigh of relief right now.
So, you know, we have better technology than we have had in the past to assist in identifying issues such as, you know, we have better ways to detect food contamination than what we used to. And that has certainly helped. Traceability systems have been put in place. Recall system, you know, help with the recall systems and processes. Whole genome sequencing, my tongue got stuck there, has allowed us with, you know, better identifying the pathogens. So that's, you know, that's a whole lot better than what it used to be. So that should give consumers more confidence than what they had in the past.
Gotcha. Okay, so what about companies? What are they doing different? Because there's a big chain of control. They're more ready-to-eat meals. And, for example, the McDonald's, it came down to onions that they had outsourced from outside of the region. So it begs the question, what can companies do differently?
So McDonald's, okay, a lot of these companies, they have the processes and procedures in place. They're very reputable companies. They have a lot of processes and procedures in place. What they can do better is the training and education and accountability of their teams. And that's where they're falling apart. You know, we need better accountability from the C-suite to the hourly employees. And, you know, food safety culture has become a buzzword. And we've heard the term food safety culture a lot over the last few years. And that's what it is. It's a term. And you can't have a good food safety culture without having a good company culture. And that's, I believe, where we're lacking. This company culture, you need both company culture and food safety culture in order to execute a safe product consistently, effectively. And you need to be able to execute that all of the time, and you do that through good food safety management systems.
Yeah, but you pointed out yourself that, we're seeing a lot of deaths and a lot of hospitalizations, so it is a big concern no matter what the government or these companies are doing. I'm curious how the U.S. food system compares to other major economies.
So it doesn't appear right at the moment, but we have one of the best food safety systems in the world. Um,
Yeah,
and it's, as I sit here and say that, it's like, how do I counter that?
yeah.
We and Europe, we have one of the best food safety systems in the world. And we've come a long way over the years. Recalls aren't always bad. So let's put that into perspective.
Okay.
Okay. Recalls aren't always bad. We are able to detect problems before outbreaks occur. And that's a good thing. Not all recalls are bad, because we want to acknowledge that there could be a problem
Right.
before the problem actually occurs. So I think people hear the term recall sometimes and think, oh my God, that's a horrible thing. Most recalls are allergen related.
Gotcha. Okay.
And we want to get the product back before somebody does get sick. So it's good that we're identifying these problems before they become serious problems.
Okay, we will leave it there, Francine. We certainly appreciate your insight and hope you have a wonderful holiday. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.